everybody. This video is to walk you guys through your first essay assignment. This is an argumentation essay assignment and basically does not require any outside research. This is really just looking at your skills with argumentation and how solid of an argument you can create. So the prompt is pretty simple for this one. You're going to create an argumentative essay with a clearly stated position on an issue of your choosing with solid and relevant evidence. So in this case, evidence does not mean research. Evidence means the logical reasoning that you provide to support your argument. So you get to choose your own topic, but remember that whatever you pick will be subject to instructor approval, and that is simply because the first essay is the foundation for what becomes the second essay as well. And I know what I expect from you in terms of research. You will have to have research, you'll have to do in-person interviews in the second essay. So you want to keep it in mind that you're going to need to be able to find research on this topic and be able to talk to a subject matter expert in this topic. So choose something that allows you to do that in the second essay. But at the same time, I want you to choose something that matters to you, something that's of interest to you, something that you care about. You don't have to argue the side that you care about. You could argue the opposite side, that's fine. Just make sure it's something that you don't mind spending, several weeks on as you write about this topic in the first and second essay. And you cannot switch the topics or the stance once you've chosen it. So that's why I say think carefully about what you're choosing for essay 1, because it is going to be the basis for essay 2 as well. This essay is at minimum 2.5 pages, so that means to the middle of the second page minimum. If you write less than that, I'm going to have to take off points. I say, it's 2.5 to 3.5 pages. You can always write more. You just can't write less. So if you need to go over 3.5 pages, that's fine. You're welcome to do that. But that's just the general expectation, is at least 2.5 pages. It's due on Sunday, April 4th at 11:59 p.m. That is a hard deadline. So please do not wait until Sunday at 10 o'clock to start writing your essay and then email me and tell me that you did not have time. It is an expectation. You have the ability to work ahead if you need to. So this is going to be due no matter what on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. MLA formatting is required. If you need a refresher, go back to the basics document, that extra document that I had included in week 1. In that document and in that video explanation, there is a full breakdown of MLA and how to do MLA. But if you need a refresher, it means that's 1-inch margins all around, Times Roman, Arial, Cambria, or Calibri font. You are double spacing your text. You have a header in the top left corner, which has your name, the instructor's name, the course number, and section number, and the date. Top right corner has your page number. Everything is normal font. You don't bold, you don't italicize, you don't make your title any bigger, and you don't add extra spacing as well. So just make sure that you have everything clearly set for MLA parameters. The essay assignment will be checked for plagiarism through the plagiarism detection tool. So you'll see that same report that I do, and you can resubmit your essay as many times as is needed up until the deadline. So do know that I look at those plagiarism reports. Do know that I download every single essay and I fix any formatting issues. So if you've added extra spacing, or if you have tried to, say, make the period size 13 versus the rest of the font at size 12, I do catch it, I do change it, and whatever the MLA formatting requirements are, I do change it to all of that. So please don't try to do anything like that. It will get discovered, and as will anything with the plagiarism detection tool. It's very, very good. It will not only show me source material from the internet, it'll take me directly to that material, it'll highlight it for me, it will also show me assignments from other students, not just at this college, but in other colleges. Also show me previous assignments from this course or other courses from you. So if I'm seeing that it's 100% matched to a previous assignment, we will know that. So again, that's not allowed. You're not allowed to recycle work, so please don't do that. Please note that the minimum page requirement, like I said, is right to the middle of page 2 at minimum. And again, your topic, you're going to propose a topic for me, and that needs to be approved before you can begin writing your outline and your final draft. Your essay does need to have the accepted general parts of an essay, so that's an introduction with the thesis claim, body paragraphs, conclusions, etc. We'll talk about this, but you're also going to want to have reasons with evidence, and then opposing views with refutations. You will be doing an outline as well, so that is actually going to be part of your grade, your rubric. I believe, I cannot remember at this point, but I believe it's perhaps 15 or 20% of your grade. So a small part of your grade, your essay grade, does come from just having completed a full outline. As long as that's done, you'll get those 15 or 20 points, whatever it was. So it's a good way to kind of pad your grade a little bit and kind of help your grade. And then you'll also, this will have already been submitted, and you're going to submit, you'll see on April 4th, a clean copy of your essay. If you use, now this is what I wanted to say, you are not required to use any sources for this first essay. It is absolutely not a requirement, but you are absolutely welcome to use a couple if you want to. So if you found a good source that supports your topic and your stance, you can use it. In that case, I will require that you add a bibliography onto your essay as well. So any source material you do use does need to have a citation on a bibliography and in-text citation as well. But again, it is not required. So I've given you guys a couple of things here that are just examples to help you when it comes time to do the outline. There's an example here. There's also an optional self-edit guide here for you. Again, not required, but just helps you kind of look through and make sure the content is fitting what it needs to. And this is what I did want to say before I wrap up. When it comes to the topic and the stance, what you need to do is you must choose a topic that you can take an argumentative stance on. So this is not a fact-finding essay. Even if you don't know which side of the issue you would fully support, you need to take a clear stance on the issue. So you cannot just say, we're going to look at both sides of this issue, or we're going to look at whether or not college athletes should get paid. You're going to need to choose a clear stance with your topic. So, for example, if the topic was legalization of marijuana, you need to pick a clear stance that either says, yes, I am supporting the legalization of marijuana, the national legalization of marijuana, or I am not supporting it. And that's because, like I said, in your second essay, you're going to have to apply research. And unfortunately, we need a clear and argumentative stance in this case. So that is why I'm asking you to take a stance. Even if you don't personally have one, you'll need to choose one side or the other. Now, the topic and stance, like I said, are your choice, but you do need to, as I said, choose something that you can apply research to, and it does have to be something you can have an argumentative claim about. So something that wouldn't work is something that is qualitative. So if you're trying to argue, say, which NFL team is the best, or if LeBron is the greatest of all time, or Brady, let's say, you wanted to argue that Brady's the GOAT. That is not a clear and argumentative topic. While you may have an opinion on that, it's not something that can be ultimately proven through argumentation, because best is a qualitative state, right? There's no absolute in that. There's no way you can prove that we should or shouldn't believe that. Something that would be more of an argumentative claim, say for example, would be that college athletes should get paid because of X, Y, and Z. That has a topic, college athletes being paid, and has a clear stance, which is that they should be paid. Or another example could be something like whether or not we should use growth hormones in beef. The topic would be using growth hormones in beef, and the stance would be that we should use growth hormones, or that we should not use growth hormones. So when you do create your topic proposals, which you'll be doing in a little bit, that needs to be very clear what the topic is and what the stance is. And now you are welcome to talk about anything that is of interest to you. So I've had students write about everything under the sun. I've had students write about whether we should create legal penalties for people who abandon dogs, or whether we should legalize marijuana on a national level, or whether or not abortion should be should be legalized in a certain term. And what I want to make sure is very clear is that when you do create your topic and stance, I'm going to probably leave comments for you on how to strengthen it. So that might be something like how to maybe narrow the focus or make sure it's really tight. So when you're thinking about your topic and stance, you don't just want to say on a broad scale, we should legalize marijuana. That doesn't have enough specifics to it. You want to have specifics as far as in what sense, in what scale. Are you talking about a federal level? Are you talking about on the state level? Are you talking about up to a certain amount? Are you talking about medical marijuana only? So something like we should legalize marijuana, while it has a topic and a stance, it's not quite as strong as it could be or specific as it could be. So then I would ask you to narrow that and maybe say we should legalize marijuana on a federal level, medical marijuana on a federal level. That would be much more clear, much more specific. So again, please choose something that is of interest to you. Please choose something that you would enjoy talking about for a couple of weeks and multiple essays, and that you can find research on for your second essay, and talk to a subject matter expert. You're going to have to do an interview for that second essay, so make sure it's somebody you have someone you can talk to about this issue. So that is pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know, but otherwise, hopefully that is clear, and you guys can move on to the next assignment.